Do you want to just let me have a go at it without you interrupting me at the start? We met in 2010 in the closet for 3 years.
Started dating when we were 19.
So basically became best friends for the first year.
Legitimately.
And then found out, oops, gay.
Internalized homophobia. Let's work through that together. Okay. We made it through.
Closet for 3 years. Yeah. Came out.
We're college teammates during that time.
Yeah. We played the same position.
Yep.
So we grew very accustomed to being great teammates, just pushing each other every single day. I mean, that's the foundation of our relationship, is just like pushing each other to be better, being there as a teammate. Yeah, you quit your full-time job about 3 years ago, and we have been working together ever since, full-time. We've got a work-live studio, so we're here together all the time. And that's one thing that actually people talk about a lot, is like, how can you work with your spouse? People have told us for a long time that we have a really unique different way of communicating with each other than they've ever seen before.
Which I think is good for the race. We definitely are able to talk as teammates and then also talk as spouses. So we have kind of this merged, relationship, friendship, all the good parts. And if we need to say something, we can just be direct.
I know when we get in the race, it's going to feel like we're on the court. It's just like whenever the stress level goes up or the stakes are higher, I guess, that's when we're like the most straightforward communicating. And people seem to find that very entertaining because they're just like, why are you guys not like divorced? Like if I talk to my spouse like that, they would just think that I hate them. But like we literally have no negativity towards each other. We're just like being clear.
And we know what each other needs.
Hey, get on help side. This is like the basketball term. Like
cover my
if your teammate wasn't there, like, hey, call them out on it, like whatever. There will be no coddling.
No.
It will absolutely test our limits on that too, because we'll be under a lot of stress and we won't be coddling. Yeah, it'll be super interesting.
Yeah, and used to working, in that pressure. And we also have chosen to do a lot of things and challenge ourselves in, doing Spartan races. And you've done Ironmans.
The Spartan races we did together were really fun, actually.
Yeah.
Like that was a really fun way for us to do some interesting obstacles. And like we're not in a physical shape where we could just like hop over stuff.
No.
So there was a lot of partner
helping, modifying,
shoving over walls and different obstacles too. And that was super fun. We are definitely the athlete personality, but we are also like both honors students, both like very
musical instruments,
academic, like in band. So like we have kind of both skills for sure. We're not just like brute force. Even if it's a physical challenge, we will think through the most efficient way to do the physical challenge.
Once again, we're just going to do our best.
We're going to fucking crush it.
We're going to do our best. But you first asked me to go on the Amazing Race with you when we were still in college in our 20s, and I said no.
You have control issues, and you don't like signing up for stuff that
I know
that you can't confidently approach and be like, I'm going to crush that. So like, how would you have been able to say yes? You'd never seen the show. You didn't know what it was.
Literally until like 3 years ago.
And we just binged the whole season like a day and a half. And you're like, that's awesome.
You were like, I just needed to get you to watch it.
We have complementary skills. So I am very bad at following instructions.
Like one of the worst.
Have ADHD.
Yeah.
If there's something that says do these things, like no. You're better at puzzles. You're better at memory stuff. I just don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely willing to do the like jumping.
Yeah.
Like more adventure type stuff.
I think I might cry. I would just cry.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Cry. But this is a big challenge and would be so fun. We also have been fortunate to do a lot of travel with each other.
Yes.
Predominantly successful travel, but we've had our moments.
We took a delayed honeymoon to Faroe Islands and Iceland back in 2019. Great trip.
Amazing trip.
Awesome trip. Also, there's this one hike that I will never forget. 50-pound camera gear
Oh my
bag
God.
on this entire trip that I'm always carrying
Yeah.
with me, so I can bring the drone, I can bring the cameras, get all the B-roll, get all the shots, right?
Ask us
So
if we've ever made that video. We
haven't. So we start on this hike, and it's like the whole country is slippery as hell. I mean, you're just slipping all over this place. It's so muddy because there's no like gravel because it's not a hike. It's
Yeah.
farmland,
Yeah.
sheet paths. It's a little bit dicier, but like all of the hikes we've been on in this country have been like fallen. We just get to a point. And I'm a pretty adventurous person. I don't
I was like,
love
you're
like
normally
cliff
the-
heights. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not like hang my legs off the edge of a cliff. Like, I'm not trying to die.
Yeah.
But there got to a point where I had to leave my backpack. I was afraid the backpack would have knocked me off the cliff.
You were starting to get nervous. The longer we got into the hike, you were getting more nervous.
So I left my bag and we continued on.
Yeah.
And we're basically like crouched,
stepping.
hugging the wall here. I don't know why we didn't clue into this earlier. So finally, we get to a point, and it's just the path we're on disappears, like cliff. Just
The
that
only
it
way you can get by this is to jump this.
is not
ravine.
just that it ends, but there is a path right there. So we're just like,
I was like,
what's
that is not on
happening?
this picture.
So we have a whole conversation about this. We're like, are we supposed to jump that ravine? Like, what's happening? And the longer we talked about it, the more we were just like, no.
They were like, this
we
isn't
are on the
possible.
wrong path.
This is wrong. And then as soon as we decided that we were on the wrong path, then you almost had a panic attack.
I
You
panicked because I suddenly had the realization
That
this isn't safe.
we weren't where we should have
The
been.
whole time I was like, it's fine. Clearly this is safe. Somebody said it was safe.
That's not those two rocks. The part that goes straight up is over here instead of over here. The map just wasn't to scale at all. Not even remotely. Instead, we were literally between these two rocks.
We were on
the
we were in the
smallest
middle of that first
little
layer of rock.
freaking ledge.
But I think we'll still do a good job on the show.
We survived. Listen,
We don't give up easily.
if we end up on a sheet path, I will not stop.
She will. She will stop once she realizes that she could fall off to her death.
We've learned a lot about ourselves over the last few years, being retired college athletes who had a very successful career, won a national championship. We definitely kind of lost our athletic identity or kind of shoved it away,
Yeah.
which is exactly what our entire brand that we're building now together as co-founders is called No Former Athlete.
The term former athlete just doesn't exist because it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
There's not a former. You are always still that athlete, which started, 3 years ago now when you signed up for your first, 5 years?
2020.
When you first signed up at your heaviest weight that you ever were
Yeah.
for a half Ironman.
Yeah.
And you just cold turkey signed up for half
Which I thought
Ironman.
I was signing up for a full Ironman.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And I was really bummed when I found out there was a half Ironman
This
that
is
I
the
signed
whole
up
reading
for.
attention to details thing, people.
It
We're
really-
going to practice.
It really
We're going to have to do some practice. You did 2 full Ironmans last year, a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
Still at, your heaviest weight, not how
Still at 250 pounds
Not
is
how you
the
used
weight
to
that I
always
finished
identify,
at.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still have this block of signing up for adult league sports and going out there and doing physical challenges and doing things that are competitive when I might not be able to do the absolute best that I could have done when I was 21 and 22 years old and, a college athlete.
Yeah.
And so like this and me even like agreeing,
You want to be good.
if I'm going to do something, I want to be the best at doing it.
I
And
can only picture your brain like doing the Amazing Race. You just like, I've got to be the best. So,
Yeah.
Like,
even though like I know that's not possible and like working on our anti-perfectionism, but at the same time it's just like, yeah, if I'm going to do something, I want to be able to be the best at it. And I want to know ahead of time that I'm going to be the best at it or have the best chance at being the best. That was a lot of bests.
we will try to win and be as authentically entertaining as possible while being our true selves on an incredible adventure
Yeah.
that hopefully lasts the entire show. Listen, I don't know how long of a video you just watched, and if you made it here, I think that you probably enjoyed yourself.
Hopefully.
Because I don't think this is going to turn into a 3-minute video.
Now's the time to do it.
This is kind of our last moment for a while, at least, to apply.
To try.
Because of the family thing.
Yeah.
We are childless. We've got dog sitters built in.
Yeah.
So let's do this.
Yeah.